I think that was like probably the most amount of pressure I think I've felt too, because we had so many last minute changes and I just didn't know the choreo, like straight up. Like I didn't know the choreo. We were so busy like directing and figuring out what the changes should be, all these last minute things. And then it's like 2 days before. And me personally, I'm just like, what's the choreo? Like I had to relearn the choreo, and that's never happened before. And the goal was just don't forget. It wasn't even, for me, for certain parts, it was like, just don't forget. It wasn't even like, kill it. It's like, just remember the moves. Just remember the moves and get through it.
Yeah.
I asked you, what did I ask you?
Scott was asking me like the day before if we could re-block and just take him out of a section. I was like, absolutely not. You're doing this section. You're getting up there and you're doing this damn section.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for all of the love. We see all of the views, comments, likes, and shares on our last episode, and we're just really excited to be back here today with myself, Scott Forsyth. We've also got Adrian Vendiola and the one and only Mr. Kelvin Tu joining us. So we're really excited for our second episode. What's been new since first episode, boys?
We won IDL Vancouver!
Let's go!
Yeah.
Yes.
Crazy.
Thank God. Oh my gosh.
Dude, so much pressure. Before we get into that, what were we kind of feeling like the day leading up to it, maybe like day of?
For me personally, the day of, like we have like this plan, like where we're like resting and we're like trying to kind of like conserve all our energy. But I feel like with this one, with all the pressure, like it was just so hard to calm our nerves, and I felt like we had to like practice more, had to get the jitters out.
All the changes too.
All the changes, like there wasn't like we weren't as solid with the sets because we didn't have as much time. So definitely way more nervous. And then also me and Adrian, yourself as well, we had another team competing.
Yeah.
So we had like Northside competing in the community division. Like I personally felt like I couldn't fully lock in that day until like Northside was done.
Totally.
Because we kind of left them to like go on their own, and yeah, it was just a lot of nerves, a lot of things on our mind, and a lot riding on that division as well. Like we put a lot of work into that set, and yeah, so that was me.
Yeah, I definitely felt like I was going to throw up for like the whole day.
Yeah.
Shout out Josh and Tori for holding it down for Northside. Amazing leaders. But yeah, I think I was trying so hard to like let go of that because I knew we had to focus on this, but I felt like I really couldn't like, I guess, let go until they finally finished their division. Then they ended up winning. Congratulations.
Hell yeah.
Well deserved. Very proud of them. So yeah, but I think just so nervous the day of because again, like we said, a lot of family, a lot of friends supporting us. I think we knew it was going to be overwhelming. We've talked about that. We said that word so many times, and it still was just way more overwhelming than I expected. Like, what is going on? This is too much. So, yeah, it was great. And you know, it was great results.
Totally.
We're just super happy to have been able to like put on two sets and show both sets for our city. So yeah,
it was just the timeline was crazy. Like 2.5 weeks after New York, putting 2 brand new sets together. I think that hasn't been done before by like any team really that I know of. So I feel like that added pressure on top of we're performing for the home crowd. Like I just really did not want to lose that event. I know we all didn't. Like, but that was just like the one that we're like, we just can't lose this one. We can lose the other ones, but like we can't lose in front of our friends. We can't lose in front of our family. And I think that's why we threw everything that we had. That was available to us, but you know, 2 weeks, there's only so much you can do in that amount of time. And I think we did our best, but definitely not our best runs, which we could talk about. Yeah. But I just remember the day of like trying to treat it like any other day. Like I woke up with Tommy, did breakfast, just tried to keep it like chill. And then like Carmen comes downstairs and she's just like, how are you feeling? And I'm like, I'm good. And she's like, ah! She's like just so excited and nervous. And I'm just like, I'm trying to stay calm. But really trying to like calm those nerves because it was a lot. I think that was like probably the most amount of pressure I think I've felt, especially leading up to because we had so many last minute changes. And I just didn't know the choreo, like straight up. Like I didn't know the choreo. We were so busy like directing and figuring out what the changes should be, all these last minute things. And then it's like 2 days before. And me personally, I'm just like, what's the choreo? Like I had to relearn the choreo, and that's never happened before. And the goal was just don't forget. It wasn't even for me, for certain parts, it was like, just don't forget. It wasn't even like, kill it. It's like, just remember the moves. Just remember the moves and get through it.
Yeah.
I asked you.
Yeah,
what did I ask you?
Scott was asking me like the day before if we could reblock and just take him out of a section. I was like, absolutely not. You're doing this section. You're getting up there and you're doing this damn section.
To be fair, you did. You said, okay, let me take a look at the blocking. Let's see what I can do. And you did.
I did.
For like a minute. And then you came back to me and you're like, I'm sorry, bro. It would just change too much for everybody else. I'm like, okay, I'll just have to lock in. That was
That's
crazy.
fair. I think for me, like, I felt the same way. I was like good. I like knew the choreo, and then we like changed one big lift that I was like responsible for.
Dude,
so like
you're in charge of Eldon not dying.
Yeah. So I was like leading up the whole section. I'm like doing a Patty Duke, and I'm like, I have to catch Eldon and like 1-8 count. I got to be up there. And so that was like the only thing that was on my mind for like most of the set, knowing that like this one big change, and like Eldon's safety like is like reliant on me. So there's a pretty epic picture of me like catching him though.
Yeah. Worth it.
Yeah, so worth it. So worth the change. But there's a mistake. Like I was supposed to be up there and everyone else was supposed to be up with me, but I'm the only one up there because we made also a last minute change for everyone to go around at the same time.
Right.
But everyone did like the old choreo where they go 1, 2, and
That's
then they
crazy.
go 3, 4.
We all made
But
the
at
same
least
mistake.
everyone did the old move. And then I was just like, okay, well, that's what led to that epic picture. So I thought that was pretty cool.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be. And then Eldon's like epic caption, I can look forward because the guy's got my back,
Dude,
or something
so
like
crazy.
that. I thought it was really cool. But yeah, I think like all the changes are really worth it. It made it a lot more stressful, but sometimes we always have to like think about the risk versus reward. And I think like being in a creative, us being in a creative position, sometimes we just have to know that we might not know the dance as well because we have to think about all the other guys and the whole thing. And
well, that's what you did. That's what Adrian did. Like we saw the set like it was like the day before, and you were watching it, and you were just like, because initially we had him walking on the backs all the way across, and you were just like, it just feels anticlimactic. And I was just like, yeah, you're right. Like, but it's tomorrow. What should we do? And then we all were like, okay, what if it was like a concert? What do they do at concerts? Crowd surfing. What if we crowd surf Eldon? Blah! And then we're like, okay, let's try it.
Yeah.
Without killing him.
Yeah. Was that the day before or was it the day of? I feel like it was the morning
that
of.
was the day before after tech. It was our like 8.
It was the night
I remember
before.
It was like 8
Oh, yes.
p.m.
Yeah.
8 to 9 p.m. We're practicing that. Like fully exhausted.
Like
had
the
a full
most
day.
risky part of the set too is the part that we were practicing last minute that we changed.
Yeah.
Well, he made
was
it.
really
He's
worth
alive.
it. Yeah.
Super worth it. Okay, we got to put some rumors to rest because there's some stuff online about people saying we're in beef with GRV and that way he hate each other. They saw the press conference. They saw Adrian teeing off against Nick, and everyone's asking, "What's the beef? What's the tea?" Let's tell it. What is the tea? It's big. What is it?
The tea is there's no tea. I love GRV. Some of the coolest people I know, just so kind, big hearts, nicest people I know, honestly, and just like they're awesome. Yeah, we love them. There's no tea. We're just doing it because it's fun and because we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the thing I love about going up against GRV is we were friends before we even like Brotherhood and IDL were like announced. And so when it was announced all year long, we'd like see each other at different competitions and we'd be like, we're fighting now. Like, don't talk to me. And then we would like it was just like, I feel like we've gone through this whole experience with GRV because we'd compete next to them at Vibe, and me and Adrian, especially like when we're in LA, like, and Scott, you as well, like offstage has just been so nice to us. They've always like welcomed us to teach and to share. And we like always go there when we go to LA and they treat us like family. So I'm super grateful to have shared this experience with them, especially in our hometown. But I think it made it more fun. Like we were able to like plan those like little like riffs and stuff, like because we're friends, it would have felt a lot more awkward
Yeah.
if we weren't tight.
I think we
Totally.
definitely like committed to like taking shots at each other. I think on both ends, because we knew that we could take it. And like
Yeah.
we knew that they were going to do the same. So we're like,
Yeah.
well, let's go there then. So
Yeah.
that was really fun to be able to do that in a set.
Totally.
Yeah,
It's
which-
kind of like bantering with like your best friends.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
you're taking shots at each other. Like you're short.
Yeah.
But like you, like if you're friends, it's like, yeah, it doesn't mean anything. I feel
Yeah.
like, dude, the amount of short comments that are online is crazy. I got one. I got hit with a stray. Someone
Dang.
was just like, yeah, but you're short. I was like, bro, I'm not like, it's not that
Average height.
Yo, bro, like chill. But yeah, I think that was what was cool too, and that's why seeing them take shots as well, I was just like, dude, go for it. Like this is all like because we know it's all out of love.
Yeah.
There's like no spite.
For sure.
And dude, we've been like we grew up watching like OG GRV back in like 2010, 2011. And so it's just really cool to like go from being fans of to being like friends and then to now like battling against them and also like building with them in the league is really, really cool.
Mhm.
But GRV was always one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah.
Of like all the LA teams, like all of them are my favorites. But if you're talking to like old Scott, it was like Bam Martin era. Like that was my bag. I was just like, yeah, let's just go off and just like, like that. So much inspiration of my early choreo came from GRV. So it's all love. We love GRV, homies forever.
Hey.
Yeah, Bam Martin, John Ha, like David, that era was like even though I wasn't in Brotherhood at the time, like that had a huge impact on like myself growing up too. So, and the cool thing now is like their new choreographers have such a huge impact on our students. Like our students look up to the choreographers that are in now, like Ethan, Nick, Kenneth, like Derek. Like they're always just like, oh, have you seen Kenneth's new section? Like, so it's just so cool to see like that inspiration and that like kind of tie-in continue to happen. So yeah, like shout out to GRV for having such an amazing legacy.
Yeah.
And now it kind of feels like we're able to like share that, like we inspire them hopefully, and then like kind of goes back and forth. And yeah, it's just a great connection we have.
Totally. Okay, let's move to day of the event. So what was it like walking into the stadium backstage? It was pretty crazy.
Well, I mean, we hit some traffic at first.
Yeah, yeah.
That was very true.
We were trying to, I guess, plan a bus so we could all just ride together, but we ended up driving to UBC and there was some traffic there. So
Yeah.
it was a little hectic, but no, it was cool. Once I parked. But no, I think it was really dope that we got to, we all met up in the parking lot and we all walked across the venue and we just started seeing people in like Brotherhood shirts. They got their Brotherhood clappers and like people made like homemade signs and
Yeah.
they just saw us walking down the street in our matching uniforms and like
Yeah.
they were just cheering us on already. That was really special. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that.
Totally.
guess.
Totally.
And so that was really cool for me. And then just to be in the arena, I really felt like an athlete back
Yeah.
there. Like we were in the locker room, and it just felt right. Like it felt like we were there, and that was the most nervous I had been. And I was really trying to like. Normally I'm pretty chill. Normally I'm pretty calm. And like I keep it cool and I can perform and be smart. But that day was different. Like I
Yeah.
remember sitting in the locker room and I was literally just like, I was talking to myself. I never talk to myself. And I was just like, I'm built for this. I'm built for this. And I was like, boy,
Heck
I was
yeah.
getting really into it there.
Heck
So
yeah.
it was special for sure. And it being in that environment just put me in a different mindset.
Totally.
Yeah.
Also, like the backstage, for me, it felt like what you see on TV with like basketball
Yeah.
players, like the tunnel fits, the walk. Like I really felt that walking like around the circle on the outside, and you just hear like the crowd chanting, and it's just this like kind of blue hull. I don't know if it's blue. I'm colorblind, but it's like white walls and like blue floor, and you're just walking, and you're just like, holy smokes, this is an arena. This isn't like a theater, or it's not like a studio. It's like this is an arena filled with like 3,000 people chanting.
Mhm.
That to me was like, okay, this is what athletes, like professional athletes in the NBA, NHL, all that, they probably feel like
Yeah.
every day.
I almost feel like when you first pitched this idea or IDL to us, like that, it was kind of like what I was imagining.
Mm.
Like this is what I would like imagine before we ever did the first launch event, and like imagining like what a dance sports thing would feel like. I think like what we experienced in Vancouver, which is really cool to have that experience after the third event. Like, whereas like the first launch event, it was a little bit different. It was like expo hall, and then the second one was more like in a theater. And then to have like our third event, we're already experiencing like this is where this could go, and you can feel like an athlete. And to have that in the third event is pretty amazing.
Totally.
And to have it back home, like it could
Yeah.
have happened in like Sydney or Korea, where like we're not the home team
Yeah.
and the other home team gets to feel like the athletes, but we got to feel that in our own home. And I just think it was really amazing to have that experience. And then also like just dialing back to like when we were waiting outside, I think just like how long it took for us to get from the parkade to the back, and seeing how like literally the whole front was just all Brotherhood, and like seeing a lot of our students pull up in our
Even like older teachers too,
and
like
teachers,
that used
yeah.
to teach us, or like Antho was there, and all the boys. That was like one of their first teachers, and he was there with like his kid, and they were like dabbing him up.
Yeah, I think that was like really special. I don't think we're
Yeah.
gonna get that for a long, long time, and
Totally.
blessed to even have that experience one time. Like you
Yeah.
can't ask for anything better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was unreal. And I definitely like I love watching like sports and like UFC and walkouts. And the first time I felt like, oh, this feels like UFC. But then when we did this one, I was like, well, this really feels like it.
Yeah.
Getting to perform in a stadium and an arena, and having Brotherhood chant
Dude,
going
crazy.
on. Because I also vividly remember the host in New York trying to start a Brotherhood chant, and
Oh,
like
okay.
people were like not. They're like, you guys won, but we're not gonna like do like a 2-minute chant. This is after we won too.
Yeah.
And then to have that even before we started Brotherhood
Totally.
chant was like, wow, like we're really home, and to have that support, it was like amazing.
And like the tunnel walkout was crazy with the CO2 canisters just
Yeah.
like popping
Yeah.
off. Like
So scary.
so, dude, it was
That's
so
so scary.
loud. It was so loud. And then we walk through. We're like seeing everybody. We get up on stage. And then GRV's already up there, so then we do the coin toss. And then we were kind of talking about like, do we go first? Do we go second? And in our mindset at the time was, because they introduced this new thing where if you go second, you have to like sit and watch the other team, which I don't like. But anyways, we knew that was going to be the case. So I think the thinking was, hey, if we win the coin toss, similar to what we did in the other, let's just go first. We're already locked in backstage. Let's get it out of the way, and then we can like watch the other team and enjoy their performance. So that's what we did. But then there was also a moment when they lost the coin toss, and then they looked to us like, hey, what do you want to do? And then I just remember like looking out to the crowd, and like low-key part of me just wanted to be like, what do you guys think? Like, what does the crowd think? Like, what do you guys, first or second? And get a poll going. I don't know why. I think there was just so much adrenaline. And then I just yelled out, we're gonna go first. And then there's a clip. It is the worst. I yell first. I'm so hyped. And then I just start walking like to the corner of the stage, because that's where like all my family was sitting in that 107 section. I was trying to find Carmen, and I was just like so hyped up, not realizing we have to set up to compete. So, and I think there was a couple of us. You said it was Dylan too?
Yeah, you and Dylan clearly in the camera. Dylan's like,
Yeah.
We clearly thought we had more time to set up, and then like the lights start dimming, and we're like, oh my
Yes.
goodness, we need to get to our spots.
Yeah.
So then we're like booking it, and then like it's going black, and then it goes like black, and we like can't see anything, and then we kind of didn't set up where we were supposed to be setting up.
we were kind of freaking out in the back because I'm one of the people that gets kicked in the back for that little wall run. And we normally just like set up with whoever's center in the front. And so we're trying to line it up. I can't see. I'm like, I can't see anything. Me and John Ray are freaking out. And we're like, whatever, I guess we're just going to send it like right here. But no, that was crazy. And so that was kind of like for me, I think there was a moment when we won the coin toss, I had this like moment where I was like, we have to go second. Like, because I was just way too hyped. Like I could feel myself. I was overwhelmed. Even during that walkout, I was screaming, yelling. There's a video of me just smashing somebody's hand because I'm just way overhyped. And I was like, I need to like relax.
Yeah.
And like I was like, I want to go second, but I also don't want to throw the team off.
Yeah.
Because we won. They're gonna be like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? And so we just did it anyways. But no, it was insane.
Yeah.
Worst run of our lives.
It's so
still
hard.
good.
Yeah.
So hard.
I definitely think that with all the adrenaline and everything, it actually is watching the video it's a really good run. Like
Great run.
compared to how we felt at the time.
Yeah,
But I think we had so much adrenaline that we weren't thinking. And I think it just goes to show how well rehearsed we are. That like some of the mistakes that we make are not like really that big. We're not like forgetting moves. But just like little details, like I like move my head to the left instead of everyone moves to the right, but nobody clocked me on it. So yeah. But like the idea that like we're like a standard of like what we do. Yeah, we just really want to have that like quality. But yeah, that was also, I think, the most hype walkout that I think we'll ever have.
And I think it was like, I remember saying like, hey boys, like let's soak this in because this is like a once in a life. So we might get a little too overhyped. We might get a little too much adrenaline.
I soaked all right.
Yeah.
But like, I just remember like, this isn't, let's not, sometimes you like lock in for stuff and you kind of like push away the emotions, you push away the feelings so that you can just get really ready in that moment. And I was just like, this isn't gonna, who knows if this is gonna happen again. So let's just soak it in. So go off on stage, yell to your family, get overhyped. And I think we clearly did that, but then it definitely threw us off. But we kind of knew that was the gamble. If we just enjoy the moment, there's a risk that you might not have your best run. And I think we were like ready to take that risk. We were okay to take that gamble. We were okay to take that gamble because we're like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Let's just soak it in.
I think the good thing though is that we're all on the same page about it. Like instead of just being like, some guys in their mind, they're like, you know what, I'm gonna like lock in. And some guys are like, I'm gonna get way crazy. Like, I feel like whenever we make, if you consider a mistake, we all make that mistake. And we all come off like, I don't think a single guy was like, that felt great. Like, I don't think there was a single guy that came off of that was like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Because sometimes we have those runs where someone's like, oh, I didn't feel good. And someone's like, that was my best run.
Right.
We were like collectively like, we soaked that moment in.
Yeah, and a little too much.
And I think that's like, like I think that probably read to our energy being the same as well.
Right.
Because we're all like super hype. So.
And then hearing you mentioned the Brotherhood chant. I think that's also what threw some of us off too, because you have 3,000 people chanting Brotherhood, Brotherhood while we're setting up. And then we're like, we can't hear the music. Like, and remember you were like, yo, shh, like stop. Like stop, don't say anything. Please let us hear the music so we're not late. But there was a moment there where we're like, oh my gosh, we might not hear the intro counts.
We have good fans though. As soon as they heard the ding ding ding, they
shut
stopped.
Up. Yeah.
It was like ding 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 and everyone was like, don't mess them up. They were like, we're not gonna ruin your performance. So like we got good fans, we got supportive people. They knew once the mix started to like, Yeah.
So then we went into the battle set against GRV, which clearly we choreographed that and designed that to go against them specifically. What are some like BTS thoughts of that set in general? I think the overall theme, we were like, we knew they were going to come hard. Like we already knew that. So we had to throw basically everything that we could think of at them. And I think we did because they did the same to us when we're just like, this is a really good set. But we wanted to like pop off as hard as we could, and then we wanted to find a way to tribute them, honor them, call them, invite them.
Yes.
But what are some like, for that set specifically, let's chat about it. What are some thoughts?
I think let's start with the biggest one. I think it's the very obvious, the John Ha song choice. Get Out of Your Mind. Iconic piece by John Ha. How did that come about? I guess it was Michael.
Yeah.
I actually remember when that happened. So me and Michael were talking about Get Back, and I just remember him going on his computer and looking at the list, searching it up, and he just went, got it. And he walked right up to you, and I just heard him going, and then you're just like, and then Michael's just like, I just and he's like freaking out. But I remember specifically he put the laptop on the Mount Pleasant counter.
Yeah.
He's going like this, and I'm just standing and watching him because we were mid-conversation, and he just started, like, broke off from conversation, started searching, and he just did this clap,
So
walked into the studio with the man on a mission, and then went up to you and was like, I have an idea. And I'm just, like, watching from a distance of, like, Michael moving his head and, like, explaining idea, and you going like this. And then next thing I knew, it was put together.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I think it was just like such a perfect situation because there's not a lot of situations where you can have like the right song and then the right era. Like, you're from that era.
Yeah.
But I specifically my first year of dancing, I remember that video coming out and everyone in my rehearsals dropping on their knees and doing
Crazy.
that and doing like this. Get out of your mind. So I think it was just like so perfect. Like especially for the people who have been in the community scene for a long time to be
Yeah.
able to pay tribute to like a set that they
Inspired them.
inspired them is
Yeah.
like pretty awesome.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like one of the most memorable sets for me personally in my journey of like, because before I was just basically just b-boying for like all high school, and then choreo was always just like, oh, choreo, and then that was one of the first sets where I was like, yo, this is tight, like I want to do that. And so it was a cool way to honor, I think, the legacy as well of GRV. And we were deliberate, like, okay, let's go deep in the catalog. Let's not just like go after like something more recent. Let's show that we actually know this team like super well. I think we had to really ride that line. I remember talking to you guys about it as well. When you are tributing and battling like a team, like where's that line between honoring it and tributing it and like calling out isn't the right word, but like, you know, making reference to, and then where is biting? Like where you're just like copying the moves? Because I was like, do we do the exact same moves or do we make our own version of it? And my worry was like, if we don't do the exact same moves, are people really going to be able to understand and clock that this is that if we just change everything? So we were like, okay, let's find a way to keep like the essence. So it's like the flip and then the added flips, and let's keep the essence of the mix and like the music and then the song choice and then like one or two iconic moves like the knee drop and then like the head slam. But then everything else, let's find a way to make it ours so it doesn't come off like we're biting, because that's not what you're trying to do. But it's also, I want people to know what we're doing, right? So there was a lot of discussion about that, but I think we landed exactly where we should have, where it was right in that area of like, we did it our way, but we nodded at like certain moments so that people could pick up, oh, that's what they're doing.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think we just picked like the right moments that are like iconic, like which ones would stand out in our mind when we hear that, or when people say, hey, remember that piece? And like this and the knee drop, like
Yeah.
are the moments that really like stick out.
Yeah.
As well as the sound, like the goom 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 goom. And I
Yeah.
think like choosing to do like our own move set to those sounds
Yeah.
was the right call, because it's more so like the sound that is really like
Nostalgic.
iconic.
Yeah.
To me, where I like when I hear those sounds, like even like if I was to hear it in another room, I was like, oh, like that's a set.
Yeah.
Like, so I think that's really I think we found like a right balance
Yeah.
between choosing to reference and pay tribute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
So
great.
another question everyone's asking for: what does BRV stand for?
I think there's some things in the comments right now saying Brotherhood runs Vancouver.
So silly.
That's kind of
yeah,
cool.
it's cool. It's
kinda
cool. Yeah.
It doesn't stand
It
for
doesn't
anything.
stand for
I just
anything.
thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I think the original idea was for it to say GRV
Yeah.
on the shirts,
Yeah,
right? Is
yeah,
what
yeah.
Michael originally thought.
I think the original idea, to be honest, I think I have a pretty good memory for these
Yeah, you
moments.
do,
but
because I don't.
I remember Michael just be like, oh man, it'd be so funny if like I had a big B on my stomach. And then I just hear like Adrian go on the side, huh, BRV. Like laughing about it, huh, BRV. And I was like, we're like, what if it was BRV? And Adrian was like, oh, I was just joking. But
Yeah,
then we made that joke into
dude,
reality.
Totally.
Which I
That's-
think like half our
Yeah.
things, half our sets
Yeah.
are just
Totally,
jokes. And we're like,
totally.
let's do it.
Totally.
But it's funny because we had that idea before we had any other choreo. Like,
Yeah.
like we were like planning the set, and then we were like, I remember leaving that meeting with like, oh my God, BRV is the only idea we came up with. And they're like, we've been meeting for like 5 hours and we're going to come in tomorrow, and we're like, we couldn't show the guys the
Yeah.
idea. So we had this choreo where we're just like lifting our shirts and we're trying to explain to them like, oh, we're going to have something here. And they're like, okay. Like, I think they definitely trusted the process. And then once we got
Yeah.
the shirts printed,
Yeah,
everyone's
the
like,
day,
oh,
the day before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
it definitely read.
Yeah.
But counter question,
Yeah,
what does GRV stand for?
that's a really great question.
I thought we could cut this part out. I remember they had a body rock set.
Yeah, but I think I remember watching, and then I remember somebody in the comments is like, the whole concept was around what does GRV stand for, and then at the end, or somebody in the comments was like, it doesn't stand for anything.
It could stand for anything you want it
Yeah.
to. There's many
Yeah.
things.
It just sounds
So,
cool. It's
BRV
provocative.
can stand for anything you want.
Yeah, because I thought it was initially like groove.
Right.
That was my first thought.
Yeah.
When I first hearing it, but then they're so iconic. You're just like, I don't know what it stands for, but it's cool. It's provocative.
Yeah.
Like, like, so yeah, actually great.
Yeah.
Counter
That's
question
a-
to the question.
That's a question for David
Yeah, that's a
Lim.
question
Yeah.
for GRV. Let's have them answer that question.
Hopefully, whatever it is, it makes sense. So if it's groove, we're groove.
Brotherhood.
So then after that BRV, we went into Randall getting choke slammed, which I feel
Yes.
like is another iconic part. This one I do remember. I just remember in the section where we're coming on stage, like very Crump inspired choreography, and I just remember we were trying to come up with like an idea of like we're raising somebody up and throwing them down, and one idea was like a. What is it? Like a pendulum
Like a
was like one
pendulum with
idea
a
that we
cap.
thought of. But my first idea was like, dude, it'd be sick if we like had somebody like it looks like they got choke slammed. Like, but we just like hide it so like they come up and then we have like people like catch them and like
Yes.
people hiding because like obviously no one wants to get choke slammed into the ground. Like who in their right mind would ever want that? And I'm like, it's probably not safe. Like let's find a way to make it safe. And so then we start doing it with Randall, and then Randall's just like, bro, just throw me into the ground. I'm down. And we're like, are you sure, bro? Like this is crazy because he got so high.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, let's just do it on stage. So like we found a way for him in rehearsal to not obviously land on his side every time, but he like kind of landed on his feet and rolled into it. And that was kind of like the vision. And I was like, it still works. Like that works. And then I think day of, he was just like, send it.
I think leading up to the practice, it got he turned it more and more into like a actual body slam. And then he was just like, it's fine. Like it doesn't hurt. I can like absorb it.
Yeah.
It's like the way I'm landing, it's like not that bad.
Yeah.
And then I think they were just like, send it.
Yeah.
And so they
Yeah.
did.
I actually remember that moment. I remember this moment because
Kelvin remembers
before
everything.
Randall would get chokeslammed, he'd land on his feet.
Yeah.
And I remember he forgot to land on his feet. He remembers this too. We're talking about it. He forgot to land on his feet. And so John Ray just threw him on the floor. And we watched the video back. I remember us three watching the video back. And Scott's like, I'm going to convince him to do this. And we're going to figure out a way. And Randall said, oh, it didn't hurt. Like, it was an accident where he landed on his side.
Yeah.
But it didn't hurt. So we figured it out that like if he like starts turning onto his
Right.
side right away and he rolls
Out of it.
when he lands,
There's no
that he
impact.
can. But John Ray threw him like way harder on stage,
bro,
and
so
he like
hard.
bounced him
Yeah.
off. Like I think Randall just like used the momentum,
Yeah.
bounced up, and then like got right
Dude,
up.
he just went right into the choreo after.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
That guy is willing to do anything.
Yeah, he's definitely for the boys.
Yeah, good technique, man. There, just able to take it in. So
Totally. And I think that like, when you get like punched or like slapped in the face, it gives you like an extra like adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
I bet that's what he had too.
Yeah.
He
he
just
landed
gets
on
slammed.
one and hit this on three.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty epic.
Any other moments from that set that stand out to us?
Hmm.
I mean, I feel like that was probably one of our best sets.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I shouldn't say best. I should say one of my favorite sets.
Yeah.
Just because it was so memorable and it was like against GRV, it was in our home city. We loved the music.
I personally, I think what it is for me is like the exciting thing is all of it happens in the span of like 30 seconds in the set. Where the first part of the set is like, you know, it's a Brotherhood set. It's like we're doing this intricate choreo, we're like doing a head slide. I guess that's another moment. But and then all of a sudden it just turns into war for like 30 seconds. We come on, there's a choke slam, or there's BRV, then there's a choke slam, and then we're using their music. Eldon's bouncing off my chest for a backflip. And then we're on the floor. We're going like,
dude, that was so funny.
So many things that happen at one time. It's almost just like a shot of adrenaline. It's like, what is going on here?
Totally.
So,
yeah, memorable set for sure.
Yeah.
It's not up on YouTube for anybody that's looking for the set. Still some copyright issues, but it lives on in our minds and in our memories, and that's what's worth it. So we do it for the memes.
Hey.
So that was first set. Moving on into finals. That was a pretty quick turnaround. The timestamp video that got posted, like I was watching, and it's basically within an hour we were getting on stage, performing, getting off stage, changing, drinking water, and then back on stage for the second round. So I feel like that's just a crazy quick turnaround to go full out 2 sets on that platform, on that stage. You have no time. Like, you don't have time to review. You don't have time to, we got off stage. We ran to the dressing room. You're so hyped. You're like, oh, I want to see the video. You see people posting the footage and you're like, oh, look at this. And then we were watching the choke slam. And then runner comes in and he's like, all right, you guys are on deck in 15. And we're just like still in our first round fits.
It's definitely in my underwear at that point.
And then we're just like panicking, getting ready. I remember like I saw Carmen and Tommy backstage and I'm just seeing that. And then they're just like, yo, all the boys are in the tunnel, like go. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So running with Tommy, dropping him off, running to catch up with the guys, hearing, I think it was Jam's music right before I was loving the club. And I'm just like, holy smokes, we need to lock in.
It's fast.
So fast. I don't think people kind of understand that. And I think that's why there's also like a bit of, I don't know, I would say if I was somebody watching, a little room for like grace and like understanding for second round sets. They're probably not ever going to be as strong and as clean as the first round set, because first round set, you got all your energy, you're not tired, you're not stressed. Then you're going to the second round, you made it past, which is great, but now you expounded is the right word. All of this energy, you're sweating, you're drained, the adrenaline's up, and then the adrenaline's coming down, and then you got to kick it back up for the second round set. I was just a mess.
Yeah, it was tough. It's hard to go back to 100, right? Like you have this like adrenaline dump, and then you're like all that ramping up, you probably get back to 80, if that, you know, like especially within that time span that we're given, like especially with this set too, the feel is so different. So like I just remember guys doing their hair, like we all had like, you know, whatever for Get Back, and then everyone's like, oh, I need to look like I'm on a boy band now. So everyone's like doing their hair, and I think we spent most of our time
doing our hair,
yeah, and putting on accessories on, and like it was like such a different energy and feel for it. Like I do remember that feeling very stressful. Just trying to like, you know, like I'm like still sweating, like I'm still like completely sweating. Yeah, it was.
And a lot of those accessories we basically pulled together like day of.
Yes, because you like at 3:00 you were like, sorry boys, I think we need to change the accessories. I want everybody in white.
Right.
And because you had said, oh, let's do red, white, and black. And I remember saying, I think we should just pick one color. And you're like, no, it'll be fine. I was like, all right. Anyways, I was holding that one in my heart for a while.
That's my bad. That's my bad.
And then at 3, I mean, you made the right call, because we looked like a hot mess with all the different colors. And like, I think the white really just gave it that like boy band NSYNC feel.
Brought us together.
Yeah, it really brought us together. And I think also everybody was really digging their accessories. And so I think naturally you just dance better when you feel good.
Totally.
You know? So
I felt ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. I felt
let's see
super ridiculous.
What do you mean? These are hot.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You looked great.
Yeah,
with the white Oakley hat too. It was wild.
It was awesome.
It was K-Fed vibes. Mad K-Fed
but honestly,
vibes.
like it totally fit what we were wanting.
I think I do remember that. Honestly, I think I was just so stressed out with learning the choreo. I didn't even think about multiple accessory colors. And I just thought everyone would like blend them. But then we all showed up and like we got in a line and it was like everyone that's wearing white on this side, everyone that's wearing black on this side. And all the people that were wearing white were the white hat. Like it was all hat accessories. And that's where we were like, this ain't the.
Yeah.
But I remember telling everybody, bring your accessories like days before. And then everyone's like, I forgot them or I haven't picked them up yet.
I mean, life was kind of crazy.
It was very crazy.
So it is
but
what it
I
is.
apologize. I definitely should have listened to you. And we should have just done white from the get-go. But I'm glad it worked out. But I went to Sport Check.
Oh, you picked it up for us. So it was fine.
True.
Yeah.
I made up
You
for
made up for it.
Yeah, you picked it up.
But I remember after tech, no, it wasn't after tech. It was the day of, after rehearsal. I just was like, hey, I'm going to Sport Check. Literally like an hour after, or maybe it was a couple hours before. It was in between, whatever. It was in between when we were rehearsing and we had to go to the venue.
It was our hour break in between one rehearsal to another
So we just go down to Sport Check and then it's just like, what do we got here? And just picked up a bunch of headbands, armbands, hats, and we're just like, YOLO, let's do it. And then it all came together.
It worked out.
Yeah, it did.
It worked out. Honestly, probably added to the exhaustion of the day.
True.
Because like that was supposed to be like our like time to rest. But honestly, like sometimes it's like, are you gonna be a little bit more tired or are you guys gonna like not look good?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Really
I don't know, man. The whole process is beautiful. I feel like it's stressful and if you kind of like what you were saying before, you need the pressure creates greatness.
Mm-hmm. The quote is, I don't know who it's by or who said it, but the quote is like, to make something great, you need two things. You need like a great idea and like not enough time.
Dude, I think that is so good, bro. I want that tattooed on me somewhere.
It's a really long quote.
Adrian will do it.
Yeah, I'll get Adrian to tattoo it on me. So I guess the concept itself, NSYNC, I Want You Back, that was a song that was on the list that we saw when we were looking through. And I think that was always an idea we had as Brotherhood, like even back when we were competing in the local community circuit, we're like, oh, this would be really cool, but we just didn't know how to pull it off. What's funny is like half the guys didn't really know who NSYNC were because they're so young. So our millennial arses had to educate a little bit. What I think I do have even more respect now for is that era, like that boy band era, the fact that they were dancing and singing at the same time. Like I know a lot of K-pop artists are doing that now, but like back in the 90s, it was like they were the first ones to do it and it was on a whole nother level. And like us just dancing on stage, let alone having to sing for a 3-minute set. They were doing like hour sets. I was just like, yo, respect all of them. So shout outs to NSYNC.
Hey.
Y'all the goats. But yeah, we had that idea of what if we did a boy band set? What would that look like? How could we do that given the limitations that we have? So for example, one of the ideas was like a stage lift. And we were like, can we throw someone on stage as a stage lift? And that was against the rules. So again, you have to like get creative with what we were allowed to do. And so a lot of the concepts I think that we came up with were because of those restrictions, and we found ways to work within those bounds.
Yeah. Like an iconic part of the set, the band.
Oh yeah.
How'd you come up with that one?
Yeah, that one was, how did we get, do you remember?
I feel like it was just,
I think for that one there's a practice from like before.
yes,
like
long time ago.
Like before we did Jealous Type, where we were playing with the idea of a band.
The drum kit. Okay, yeah.
The drum
I do
kit.
remember that. Yeah.
And then I just knew, I was like, Scott, we should like have them on the sides or in the back. Like we should implement it somewhere. And it was just like, I don't know, it's just getting blocked.
Yeah,
like,
it was hard to find how to feature it because as the choreography was already set and the blocking was set, that formation was already in the front. So, and you were like, oh, let's do it on the side. And I was just like, it needs to be the main focus though, because it's such a funny moment. We can't have instruments on stage. I remember that. I was like, oh man, it would be so cool if we could do like microphones. And then it's like, can't do it. It's like, okay. So we can't do microphones, we can't do props, we can't do instruments. Like, what if we like made our own instruments or like we played ourselves? And then that's when there's got to be a video. And I just remember like creating a drum kit with
there is a video of it.
There is a video. We'll find it. And it was just like the hi-hats, the snare drum, the kick drum, the cymbals, and it was hilarious. But we were trying to find how does that fit into the set?
Yeah.
And it felt like it was being forced. And that's where we were like, I don't know, man, it's feeling kind of forced. And then we were like, let's find a way to make it happen.
Yeah. And I remember putting it in. It was funny because like for me, I was in the section, but right before it. So we were like learning genre section. We we're like doing all this choreo, blah, blah, blah. And then there's like, you guys are just figuring this thing out in the back. And then we like are just like so focused on learning this like hard choreo. And then we split and we're like, oh my God, like this is my first time seeing it. It was like so awesome because it was one of those things where sometimes in like not everyone is working on that thing. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember this thing, and then the next thing I knew, I like looked back, I was like, that is awesome.
Yeah.
And I think it was like really cool to have the right people in that too to like make it work. And
I think it was I think that song choice and that concept was a risk. We knew that. We were
Yeah.
like, is this an extremely competitive set? And we were kind of like, not really, but it's gonna be a great set. So if we're gonna do it, we might as well do it at home, where in front of our like friends and family. And so I remember taking that risk, or I remember us talking about taking that risk and which stop would be the best for that. And we decided like, hey, if we make it through the first round, I think it would really fit well on home turf.
Totally.
Because bro, it's like you're coming out with like looking crazy and like dancing to a 90s song that you're not sure, does this generation know? Will they remember? For me, it was just like super nostalgic because I grew up. I still remember when we went to our cabin growing up, like I had an NSYNC puzzle and I just loved it. And I like put I always must have been like 7 or 8. And I was like Justin Timberlake, geez, all these guys. And I was just like putting it together. So I like heavily grew up on that song. And it's still to this day, I think it's like one of the greatest pieces of music work to this day. I'll go on record, come fight me about it. But I also know, and this has happened so many times where I'm like, I really believe in an idea. And it's like the counter arguments are like, I don't really know that song, or I don't really know that gen. I didn't grow up in that era, so it's hard for me to get behind. And I think there was a little bit of that through the process. And then, but then I think eventually there was just trust overall, where we were all like, when a majority of the guys are like, hey, I can see this vision coming to life.
There's also then not enough time. So it's like we
True.
were locked in on that idea, and then we had made our first set.
Yeah.
And then I remember a week before, we were like, okay, so second set.
What are we doing?
What are we doing? And we had the song.
Yeah.
It's like too late to change songs,
Yeah.
right? So, but I think we made it work. I think we like, I personally also grew up on that. And I feel like for me, I believed in it, but I understand like there was a lot of people that like were just like, oh yeah, 90s boy band. That's a theme. But they had no
Right.
idea what the song was. They were just like,
Right.
it just sounds like a 90s,
Right. Not
90s
like the
pop
most
song.
iconic.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, of course it's, you know it as that because it's the most iconic. You hear it all the time, but you don't
Yeah.
actually know it.
Yeah.
But everyone that like, I think it's like one of those things where it's like, even if you don't know it in your like heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's ingrained in you somewhere.
Well, I'm glad we did it. Thanks for the trust on me really pushing for that song and that set, because I think we made our boy band dreams come true. Anything else on? I mean, I think the biggest thing is like that was the worst run of my personal life. I can say for a fact, like as we already talked about, I learned the choreo for that set like literally the day before. I was so gassed from the first. And then I remember there was I'm not going to tell anybody when, because then they're going to go back on YouTube and clock me for it. But there was a moment in my own choreo where I like blanked for a second, and
they'll find it.
Oh, they'll probably find it. But then I like in the moment I had to tone down because I was like ready to like, let's freaking go. And then I start doing it. And then there's a moment where I was like, wait, why is this not, why is my body like it happens in a millisecond, you know that feeling, and you're just like, so then I just remember being like, okay, pull back a bit, little bit, and just like ride it out. Like just make sure you don't forget your freaking choreo. I remember that was the thought at the moment. And just I feel like watching myself through the whole set, I was just like, oof, this is not my not my best work. But that's the nice part about being on a team. It's not just about you. It's not about like one person, but it's like collectively, how are we all doing? So where one person might falter, one more person might feel like it's not their best run, you've got 19 other guys that are like, yo, it's all good. I got you on my shoulders. Like we're doing this together. Don't stress. And I never feel that. Like I never feel whenever we come off stage and if someone's like, oh, I didn't have my best run or I messed this up, there's never like, are you serious? Like we worked so hard, because we're all on the same page. We're all like, yo, we're busting our balls right now. Like we're all on the same page. We're trying our hardest here. Like no one on the team is slacking. So if something happens day of, we knew there's nothing. It's not like, oh, you should have worked harder. It's like, bro, we're all working.
We're working as hard as we can.
Totally. So there's that like understanding of like, sometimes things just happen. You don't have your best run and it is what it is.
I think it's amazing that we put that. That was probably the quickest we put a set together. I remember not having much, and then like 2 days later we had almost everything.
Yeah.
And then our catchphrase of the season so far is like, we're doing it, guys. Like we're actually doing this thing, because it feels impossible at times. And it feels like we're just getting there. But I think it's pretty amazing that we're able to put out work that people really love. Like I felt not so great about that run too, but after I got off stage, some people were like, that was my favorite set of you guys have ever done. And I was just like, okay. Like, so I think a lot of times the way we feel about our runs is like, we're thinking about maybe like the run we had like previous, like where our best run is always in the rehearsal and we're comparing it to that. But yeah, I think we can't always make that comparison. And people have never seen it. So they just like judge it with like a open heart. And I'm grateful that people love the set because it was very risky. Like, and it's like in terms of like some of the things we were trying to pull off, we've never pulled off before. And yeah, like just like one small like hiccup would like have changed everything, right? So, but yeah, grateful.
And, dude, just to like win on that set too, like the whole. And we had no idea. Again, we can't watch what the other teams are doing, so we're literally going in blind. So we don't know how we did compare, like in relative in relation to what the other teams have put on stage. So we're just like standing up there being like, I don't know. And then scores come in, and we win the event. I don't know, man. It was crazy. It was a crazy experience. The emotions, the roller coaster of emotions, the whole day. But I just remember like standing on that stage and just like, we found out we won. And then just looking out at the audience and just like seeing like friends, family, everyone's just chanting and yelling. And I don't know, it's just like this like relief of like, man, we did it. Like, it was worth it.
It was like a beautiful, amazing event. And I'm just so glad it's over. Because that was also like the most stressful one.
Totally.
That was very stressful.
I'm just happy that it happened. It went the way we were hoping for it to go. It was great. Thank God it's over.
Totally.
Let's move on to the next thing.
And I think like just huge shout outs and thanks you to everyone that like came to the event. I think like all of our friends and family that bought tickets, like they're not cheap. And the fact that you guys took time out of your busy schedules to come and support this, not knowing what it was going to be, I think it just really meant a lot to us. And like in our home city, never been able to like compete at this level within Vancouver. It was just like really special to have everybody in that room. And bro, that's like a core, that's literally probably the core memory dance wise of my career was just that. I was just like, man, it doesn't get better than this. Like,
sure.
How
could
I
think also just to add on to more of that, but like after the event, like packing up, going outside and like having little kids like come up to us and ask for photos and like signatures. I don't know. It was just really cool to have this, like, I guess the feeling of like somebody's kid is like looking up to us and like, and like you hear about it online a lot, but then to see it in person and like the kid is telling you himself like, oh, like I really look up to you guys. Like it was just so special. And that was like really heartwarming too.
Totally. And inspiring to keep going because this isn't easy, right? Like we've said this multiple times, like this is hard. Like it's those little moments that like remind us why it's worth it. It's because it's like, that's us when we were 7, 6, 8, 9, 10 years old.
Sure.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty great.
Okay, well, that's on to the next one now is our mentality. We're off to Sydney in 2 weeks. We leave in 2 weeks. Off to Sydney, Australia. First time a lot of the guys are going to be in Australia, which is exciting. Going into enemy territory against Royal Family.
Hey.
Yeah, not expecting the same welcome we had in Vancouver. I think we know that, and we know we're going into hostile territory, but we're just gonna enjoy it and put out the best product we can and enjoy the process. But definitely not like the expectations are so low compared to Vancouver. You know what I mean? Where it's like all of our friends and family were there. We're going there and like, dude, who knows what's gonna happen? They might just boo us.
But you never know.
I'd boo us.
I just think there's so many dancers that we know and that we've connected with before within New Zealand and Australia. It'll be hopefully nice to see them. I hope, but like there's so much talent over there, and I think it'll be dope just to be able to like, be part of the platform that's happening in that city.
For sure, yeah.
But how are we feeling set-wise leading up to Sydney?
What do we let say?
How much we allowed to say?
I mean, it's a struggle. We could just say it's a struggle.
It's a struggle right now.
Yeah.
I think without giving too much away, I think just like, creatively, we're coming on to our 5th and 6th, 7th, 8th sets.
Yeah.
And it's getting harder.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about this earlier. Like we don't normally like a set building process is like 2-3 months for us, and that's quick.
Yeah.
Like that's quick
That's
for
quick.
us. And
Yeah.
so
For one set.
And you have
so,
time to sit on those rehearsals. Like you have a rehearsal and you have a couple days to like prep something.
Yeah.
It's like we haven't had like a day off at all.
Right.
No
Since
days off.
when we started back in
Yeah, sure.
So
it's a bit of a struggle right now. Finding the inspiration and motivation in the deepest parts of me, just really trying to dig it out. But also like it's always like those dark thoughts that happen like when you're alone.
Yeah.
And when you're at home,
Yeah.
you're driving for an hour and a half to get home. You're driving for an hour and a half at like 8 a.m. to get to practice. But like once we're together, I feel like it really just, the worries go away.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you can all be worried together, but at
Yeah.
least the burden doesn't feel like it's all on your shoulders. And so that's been really nice
Yeah.
to see you guys every day. So I
Totally.
can like not feel that as heavy, you know? And so,
Community.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it has been a struggle, I won't lie.
Yeah. I don't think it's just for a little added context, I don't think it's there's certain things outside of our control. That's the thing. It's like if things were within our control, we've prepared ourselves enough for the season. Like we were smart enough and strategic enough to have done the work ahead of time. But now what's happening is we're encountering issues logistically that are outside of our control, that are affecting our creativity, that are affecting the work that we had put in before. And yeah, without giving kind of too much away, it's frustrating to say the least. So I think we're learning to be like water, as you've said before, and be flexible and roll with these punches, regardless of you think some of these punches are valid or if they should have been punched. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do it with any other guys, and we're all in the same boat. Like we all are feeling the same feelings. So it's yeah, it's gonna be a tight one. We got 2 weeks to pull off 2 more sets, and we'll see you in Sydney.
See you in Sydney. See you in Sydney.
I think with that being said too, like sometimes it's thinking about, okay, like if things were going our way and we weren't able to adjust, like that would, I think, show us how strong our team is. But like showing me how strong our team is now is bringing up the news that like, hey guys, like some of these things are changing, and the guys are just like, all right, let's do it. Like not like even sometimes we have like our creative team meetings and then like something changes. We're like, oh, like what do we do? And then like we bring the news up to the guys and they're just like, all right, like what do we do? Like what's our plan? And they get excited about it. It's like showing how strong our team is mentally, and being able to like adjust and like not being like, oh, like all our hard work and then just like getting disappointed and quitting. If anything, it pushes us to work even harder. And seeing everyone like get in the studio and like try to like overcome all these things and not get torn down by these challenges is really uplifting to me. And that's the one thing I've always loved about Brotherhood is like you're never the hardest working one in the room. Like everyone is there. We're all working hard together. You never feel like someone is dragging the team down or someone is like over like pushing way ahead. We're all moving together.
Yeah.
It's like a boat. Like we're all paddling the same strokes and working together. Yeah. So I think like that's
a great
one
analogy.
I think like if no one's like trying to get ahead of each other and no one's like slacking.
Yeah.
And I think it's just really encouraging. Like even though it's like difficult, I think it would be way more difficult if we didn't have the team that we have.
Oh, dude, 100%. I remember there's a quote, I can't remember what it is exactly, but it's along the lines of character isn't revealed when everything's going well. Your character and your relationships and that strength is revealed when everything's going to the crapper. And I think that's, sometimes people see Brotherhood right now and it's like, oh, everything's going your way. Like you won past 3 events. Like this is crazy. You're sweeping. But they also just don't see like what's happening on the back end that nobody sees. That is extremely frustrating and hard to get through. And those are where like cracks can form within the team and within like our relationships, because it's extreme. There's already an extreme amount of stress. And then you put things and situations and decisions that are being made on top of an already stressful situation. And that's where people can start turning on each other or people can start getting short with each other. And it's just really cool to see like the opposite is happening. Like we're coming alongside each other and being like, yo, bro, like it's okay. It's like, it's not our fault. Like we can't do anything about it. Let's find a way to just keep pushing and like use this as motivation to go even harder. So I think that's what's really cool. You know, everyone says, oh, we're a family, we're a dance family, like we're fam. And I just think when I look, and then I'm sure people look at Brotherhood and they're like, oh, they say they're Brotherhood, but are they actually Brotherhood? And it's just like, yo, just come to a rehearsal. Like you'll see. Like we all got each other's backs. Like if somebody needed something and in the middle of the night, one of us would be there. Maybe not all because we're probably sleeping, but there would be one person that shows up and is like, I got you, bro. Like we're in this together. So that's been really encouraging through this entire stressful, anxiety-inducing, frustrating-inducing process. But it's great. And we're blessed that we even just get to be here. So we're excited for Sydney. Any spoilers?
No.
We'll save it.
How can we give spoilers when we don't know what we're doing? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
How about you guys tell us?
It's so
We know what we're doing.
That's a good one.
Oh man. Okay, we're moving into a little speed round here to wrap things up. We asked all of our listeners and followers and supporters ask us anything. So we're gonna just go speed round. So we got to make it quick because we don't got much time. Right. So first question, you all seem so close. What kind of team bonding do you do?
We go to the park and eat hot dogs every month.
Yeah. And we practice a lot.
Facts.
Yes.
Amazing. If you could go back to your very first rehearsal, what would you say to yourself?
Keep going. You'll get to where you want to go someday.
That's really good. I was gonna say you haven't seen nothing yet.
Yeah, that's the
You
same.
think this is hard?
Yeah.
Okay. Best memory from IDL Vancouver.
For me, it was Northside. Northside, not winning, but when me and Adrian were like, we're not gonna watch them. We're not gonna like even be anywhere near them. And then we're like, we can't. And then we went backstage and we watched them. And for me, that was like the win.
Yeah.
And I still remember that vividly. Like I felt so emotional to Bugatti. Like they're going crazy, and I was like, oh, so good. That was like for me the best moment.
Heck yeah.
Of the day, because it allowed me to continue on with like when we like all those kids look up to us so much, and it allowed us to like make them proud with Brotherhood as well.
Dude, you were so fired up when they won.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah.
Play the clip.
20v1.
Play the clip. 20v1. How do you manage people in the team? I'm sure there must be different opinions and different views.
I think I can speak on it.
Go for it.
I feel like I think the different opinions and different views are like we use it as a strength to be able to like capture other people's ideas, because the guys have great ideas, you know. A lot of it comes down to like how are we able to execute those ideas, and I think they know to trust us, whether if for us to like be able to filter those things. It's like it's a yes, let's do it, or it's a no, maybe next time. I think they trust us enough that they're like, oh, these guys know what they're doing, you know? And so I think there's that. And I think we're also very good about like listening to everybody and hearing them out and taking the idea and like, again, saying yes or yes, but like in this way because X, Y, Z. Like we have all these things that need to be considered for it.
Yeah. And sometimes it's a no. Like sometimes it's just a flat out like no, but there's a respect there where it's like, it's not no, I hate your idea. It's like no, but I appreciate the offering and like the idea. And then there's also reciprocal, like, oh, you're not just telling me no because you're being a dick. It's like, oh, I trust the vision. Okay, that's cool. If it's a no, then there's like, I just think it's respect. It all comes back to respect. There's respect both ways from leadership as well as the team, where everyone respects each other and everyone knows their role and everyone knows we're doing this together. And so certain decisions sometimes have to be made and everyone respects everybody. So it's not that hard. Yeah. Easy. Okay, you all score high on athleticism, and I want the tea. I know someone mentioned you swim to work on lung control. Question mark? Who said we swim?
Who said? I think Hamuza said he
did say he swims in the Kennedy.
Yeah, he said we go on swims. He's lying.
He was joking. He's so joking.
We definitely don't go on swims.
We don't on swims.
Yeah, who has time to swim right now?
Yeah. So the answer is no, we don't swim.
No, we don't. But I think we can't give away all our secrets.
You can't give it all away. But just to answer your question, no,
We
No,
don't swim.
We
No
don't swim.
swimming.
Okay, there you go. What's the most difficult part of having to prepare so many sets in such a short amount of time? Music clearance. On to the next
Music.
one. What's your go-to after competition meal? I already
After
know
comp?
yours.
Big Way.
Big
we
Way.
went to Big
Oh,
Way.
we went to Big Way.
We went to Big Way.
We went to Big Way.
What did we do in New York after
We
comp?
went to Big Way. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. What did we do? Me and my roommate Aloe went to White Castle
Wait, I was there.
with Adrian. But he didn't have anything.
Oh no, I didn't have anything because we had ramen after.
And then we had ramen, something yummy
yes,
Something yummy.
And,
in the area.
yeah. Good.
Closest thing.
Yes, closest thing.
Really
That's still
good.
open.
All right, another couple questions here. What's the weirdest, most interesting pre-show ritual that you've done?
I'm built for this. I don't know. I wear my lucky underwear.
There
Is
you
that a
go,
thing?
dude.
Lucky
Like,
underwear.
I love that.
like a specific pair.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's new. I wash it. I wash it. Like, it gets washed.
I can start to understand the superstitions that athletes feel. Not superstitious, just a little stitious.
He says that when we want something. We're like, oh, can we practice in this location instead? Because it's more convenient. And Scott says, I'm not superstitious,
I'm just
but I'm a little stitious. And we're like, that's not a good reason.
But it's working. How to build team chemistry?
Respect, time. That's all we can say.
How do you continue improving after already achieving so much?
I think our standards of ourselves are way higher than what people say. So people might say you have no room for improvement, but we don't see it that in ourselves. So I think like we're relatively a new team coming back from a 6-year hiatus. And after last year, we felt like we had a lot to improve on. And after each event, we still feel like we have a lot to improve on. So yeah, we just hold ourselves to a higher standard than anyone else can.
Yeah, no one's harder on us than ourselves.
Yeah,
So
sure.
you could try and pick us apart. We've already done it 10 times. So
Yeah.
good luck. Okay, a couple more here. How do you balance your personal life with dancing? I can answer that. There is no balance. It's just a reality of the situation I think that we're in. I think it just goes to show how much support is needed and how much that's valued. So just speaking behalf on myself, just Carmen is legitimately holding down our entire family. My entire life is all being held up because of her. So could not do this alone or without her. But people talk about the work-life balance. And I just think there is no balance. It's all about like riding the seasons and doing what you need to do to take care of yourself, and obviously to, work on the opportunity that's being put in front of you, but you also do got to take care of, there's things that are bigger than dance. So there's family, there's relationships, there's your health. And so I think we're doing a pretty good job at making sure that those boxes stay somewhat ticked. But like personal life, like haven't seen my friends for, other than Brotherhood are all of my like close friends, but I'm talking about friends from like school, friends from like friends of friends, like parents that we go out with Tommy dates on. I haven't seen them for months. So
this is also so new, so it's really hard for us to like find that balance.
Yeah.
I think like maybe once we get deeper in the seasons, we can kind of figure out a way to do this without compromising our personal life. But right now, we don't have the answer for that.
Yep. It is what it is right now.
It is what it is.
Yep. Okay. Last few here. Who does the most backflips?
Ryan.
But
for backflips,
backflip
Ryan's
specifically
done
Ryan.
3. And Eldon's done 1, 2, I think. Ryan, Chris, or
I think it's like
Eldon.
Ryan or Chris. Chris is always
flipping.
Yeah. Flipping or like jumping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always in there.
Yeah, so those are a couple questions we had from everybody. So thank you guys for submitting those in. We might do another episode, just a Q&A episode potentially, where we answer more. But we really do appreciate everyone submitting those, as well as just tuning in to only the second episode of this podcast. And it's just really cool to see people like what we're putting down. They're picking up what we're putting down. And it just really means a lot to us. And we're excited that you guys are along here for this journey. Anything to add? Last thoughts?
See you in Sydney. hope you enjoy what we're making.
Yeah.
Facts. If you have, oh, sorry, Kelvin, did you have anything?
We're working really hard, so thank you guys for all your support. It's not easy, but it's easier because we know how many people are supporting us.
Yeah.
And if you haven't already, make sure to check us out on social media. Just type in Brotherhood. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube. If you're watching this, we're also on podcast providers. Feel free to subscribe. That'd be helpful to know if we should keep making these. And we've got an email list going, so we've got some new merch coming in for Brotherhood. You want to be the first ones to know about it. Make sure you head over to our website, www.brotherhoodcrew.com, and subscribe to our email list, and we'll let you know when new tees, new merch is dropping, when these episodes are coming out, or anything else Brotherhood related. You'll be the first ones to know. And we just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you on the next episode here on Backstage with Brotherhood.